I was thrown into an inescapable void, and the depths of my soft blankets were the only protection I had from the shadows that seeped from the corners of my bedroom. After retreating to the safety of my blanket, I realized I had forgotten to turn on my fan. My hands shook and the back of my neck tensed. "Don't be afraid." I exhaled, and hot breath moistened my face. I waited a moment before I reached through an opening. The warm strands of the blanket tickled my arm, and soon I felt the cool air brush against my fingertips. I gasped as my arm snapped back into protection. "Don't be afraid." I slid my hand across the smooth surface of my bed sheets, and again the cool air brushed my fingertips. I gulped and blindly reached farther. My fingers made contact with the hard plastic object. I searched and discovered a button, then pressed it 3 times for the highest setting. The powerful jet stream of icy air raced through the opening in my blanket and froze the vapor of my cheeks. I exhaled and slid my arms back under cover. After a few minutes, my eyes slid shut, listening to the whir of the fan. Suddenly, a soft creak came from the closet. My eyes flew open and the hair on my neck pulled on my pores. I turned my head. My breath shook and became heavier. I slowly lifted one hand above my head and grabbed the edge of the blankets. "Don't be afraid." I squeezed my eyes shut and quickly pulled down the blanket. My body tensed as I felt the liquid. Open darkness washed over me. My eyelids trembled, refusing to see what had caused the creak. "You're afraid." The raspy whisper overpowered the fan and tickled my eardrums. I froze and forced my eyes open. I searched through the darkness, and my body shot back a few inches. That is when I saw it. Standing in between the 2 open sliding doors of my closet was a tall, thin thing with a slouch. Its arms hung useless. Its white, marble-shaped eyes and crooked grin gave me chills. Its teeth were greenish-brown with splotches of what looked like blood. Its eyes pierced into mine. I couldn't look away. It tilted its head. I scrambled up. My heartbeat thumped against my chest. Who are you?" I managed to squeeze out of my dry throat. "I am you." I swallowed cold air. My pores loosened. How are you me? You look nothing like me." I squinted as I slid my tongue across my slippery front teeth. Only the frost of mint lingered. "I am you." I stopped myself from asking again. I squeezed my eyes shut and held my breath before opening them. It was still there. "How?" I whispered to myself. I ran my rough palm down my cold face. Suddenly, there was rugged breathing behind me. My eyes widened and my body tensed. "It is sad. You cannot see." A cold, large, bony hand landed on my shoulder, and a shiver shot through my spine. "How can I help you? Do not be afraid." My shoulders eased at help. "Help me?" I asked as my hand fell from my face. My eyes searched the void. I could barely make out shapes. "Relax." I allowed myself to relax. The air immediately became thinner. It was becoming harder to breathe. My lungs were heavy, as if they were filling with water. My eyes widened as I clawed at my chest, as I thrashed about violently on my bed. "Do not fight it." My bed disappeared from underneath me, my mouth opened to gasp, but there was nothing entering my desperate lungs. I expected it to hit the ground. Instead, I fell through the dark void. My eyes drifted around the thick darkness for a glimmer of hope I sought. There was nothing. There was never anything. I am no longer afraid. I am the darkness.